If you grew up in the 1970s, get ready to have your memory tested. You think you remember every candy from that decade, the ones from the corner store, the drugstore counter, the bins lined up by the register. You don't. There are 32 of them on this list, and by the time we're through, at least a handful are going to catch you completely off guard. Candies you haven't thought about in 40 years. And there's one near the very end that still gets grown adults choked up when they see it again, not because of the candy, because of what it brings back. So here's the test. 32 candies, counting all the way down from 32 to number 1. See how many you actually remember before I say the name. Let's go. Number 32, Charleston Chew. A long slab of nougat, vanilla, chocolate or strawberry, coated in a thin shell of chocolate that you were supposed to eat slowly and never did. You remember freezing it first, then smacking it against the edge of a table to shatter it into jagged pieces, just so it would last longer. It's still around if you look hard enough, but the version that sat in every checkout line in 1975 is basically gone. Number 31, the Sky Bar. 4 little sections in one wrapper, vanilla, peanut, caramel and fudge, and you never knew which one you'd bite into first because the wrapper didn't tell you. Necco made it, and finding the original in its 1970s wrapper today is close to impossible. Number 30, Zagnut. A crunchy peanut butter center rolled in toasted coconut, no chocolate anywhere on it, which made it the candy bar kids either loved or picked last out of the bowl. Number 29, the Clark Bar, crunchy peanut butter center under a chocolate shell. The bar every kid in the Northeast grew up on passed between so many factories over the decades that the original recipe is basically a memory now. Number 28, Chick-O Stick, orange and crunchy peanut butter and toasted coconut pressed into a stick with no wrapper holding it together, so it crumbled all over your shirt every single time. If one of these has already caught you off guard, hit subscribe because we're just getting started. Number 27, Abba Zaba, a taffy bar with a strip of peanut butter running straight through the middle, sold in a wrapper with a clown on it, and it stuck to your teeth for the rest of the afternoon. Number 26, Valor Milk, a cup with a paper-thin chocolate shell packed with warm, runny marshmallow filling made in Kansas, and regional enough that most of the country never even got the chance to lose it. Number 25, the Big Cherry Bar, cherry-flavored nougat and peanuts under chocolate, a holdover from decades earlier that somehow survived all the way into the 1970s before quietly fading off the shelf. Number 24, the Idaho Spud, a marshmallow center dipped in chocolate and rolled in coconut flakes to look like a baked potato, a strange little joke of a candy bar that regional kids swore by. Number 23, the Zero Bar, white fudge over caramel, peanuts and almond nougat, a candy bar that looked like nothing else on the shelf and tasted nothing like anything else either. Number 22, Necco Wafers, chalky discs in 8 flavors stacked in a paper roll, and you always ate around the clove one, saving it for last or just tossing it out entirely. Number 21, the Sugar Daddy, a caramel pop the size of a small paddle that could occupy a kid for a solid hour and pull a filling out in the process. Number 20, Sugar Babies, the little caramel nuggets that came in a box, poured straight into your palm, somehow gone in 4 bites, no matter how many were in there. Number 19, Now and Later, individually wrapped taffy squares so stiff you had to warm them in your fist before they'd bend, 6 to a pack for a dime. Number 18, Juji Fruits, fruit-shaped gumdrops tough enough to genuinely hurt your jaw, and you ate them anyway, one stubborn bite at a time. Number 17, Good and Plenty, pink and white licorice capsules in a box you shook, just to hear them rattle before you even opened it. And this is where I want you to stop and comment. Tell me the exact candy from this list that just hit you. the one you hadn't thought about in decades and where you used to buy it. I'm reading every single comment. Number 16, Zots, a hard candy shell that cracked open halfway through to release a sour fizzing powder inside. And the first time it happened to you, you genuinely thought something had gone wrong. Number 15, Wacky Wafers. Oversized sour discs with cartoon wrappers, sold for a nickel, discontinued so long ago that most people under 50 have never even heard of them. Number 14, the Charms Blow Pop. A lollipop with bubble gum hidden in the center, and the whole point was getting through the candy fast enough to reach it. Number 13, Bazooka Joe Bubblegum. A stiff pink brick of gum wrapped around a tiny comic strip you read every single time, even though the joke never really landed. Number 12, Kit's Taffy. Tiny individually wrapped squares of chocolate, vanilla, or fruit taffy, 5 to a pack, small enough to disappear into your pocket and stay there for weeks. Number 11, Sixlets. Little candy-coated chocolate balls sold in a plastic tube, the poor man's M&Ms, and just as good as far as any kid was concerned. Number 10, the Chunky Bar. A thick, squat block of chocolate loaded with raisins and peanuts built for chewing, not biting, and it fell apart the second you tried. Number 9, Junior Mints. Cool mint filling under a thin chocolate shell, smuggled into every movie theater in America inside a coat pocket. Number 8, Milk Duds. Chewy caramel in a chocolate coating that could pull a crown right off your tooth, and you ate the whole box anyway because it was your own money. Number 7, Sugar Mama. A softer, chewier cousin of the Sugar Daddy, same shape, same caramel, and somehow always the second choice. Number 6, Big Buddy Bubble Gum. A single, enormous piece of gum, roughly the size of your whole hand, sold for a dime, built to blow the biggest bubble at recess. Number 5, Garbage Candy. Sold in a tiny plastic garbage can shaped like the ones on your street, filled with sour candy pieces, a novelty so of its era it couldn't survive past it. Number 4, Candy Lipstick. A tube of colored sugar shaped exactly like a real tube of lipstick, and every kid twisted it up and pretended to put it on exactly like their mother did. Number 3, Wax Fangs and Wax Mustaches. Edible novelty wax you wore before you ever chewed it. Sold every October, part of a whole vanished world of candy you were never really supposed to eat. Number 2, the 100 Grand Bar. Chewy caramel and crisped rice under chocolate. Named for money nobody in your neighborhood actually had, and it's still around today, just not in the wrapper you remember. And number 1 isn't really a candy at all. It's the fact that you just got most of these right without trying, because your brain filed away the taste of something you haven't touched since you were 9 years old and never once let it go. That's not memory. That's something closer to love hiding inside a wrapper. The real reason a person in their 60s tears up over a Charleston Chew isn't the nougat. It's the version of themselves that was still a kid, still walking to the store alone for the first time, still had every person they've ever loved close by, and still living. The candy is just the door. Walk through it and you're back there for exactly 1 second, and then it closes again and you're standing in a store as an adult, holding a candy bar, missing your whole childhood. So tell me your real number. How many of these 32 did you actually remember before I said the name? Put it in the comments and tell me which one hit the hardest. There are millions of us who grew up on this exact list, who walked to the same kind of corner store with the same kind of change in our pockets, and we're the ones left to remember any of it. Subscribe if this took you back somewhere you hadn't been in years, and share it with someone who walked to that store with you.